So I learned the lesson and I keep repeating the lesson. So to all of you who are out there that don't learn from your first strikeout, trust me, there are many of us that have that's why baseball players aren't at 100%, right? Um, there are a lot of strikes that are swung at and missed. And I would say probably one of the earliest lessons that I learned is in understanding patience. I am still not an incredibly patient person, so I learned this lesson over and over. But right at the beginning of my career, when I started in the military, there were several jobs that just weren't allowed. Just because of my gender alone, I wasn't allowed to go into those positions, and they really interested me. I was very excited to serve in a distinct unit, the 82nd Airborne Division. But there were many jobs I just couldn't have because I was a woman, and I thought that was absolutely insane. This was back in 1998 and 99. And 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 I worked as hard as I could to make the change as fast as possible. But over time, legislation takes a long time to change. And it took many different women doing the same thing I did, kind of knocking on the door saying, why is this happening? Why is this even allowed in this day and age? Um, from the shoulder of giants that I stood on in the past who actually allowed women to enter the military, go to the service academies. I stood on those giants to be able to knock down on that door to eventually be able to kind of kick in back in 2014 to get women the actual ability to serve in 100% of the positions in our military. But I kept running into the door over and over again with my shoulder, trying to pound it down. And it taught me patience, but it also taught me resiliency. Life is incredibly important. You're going to get knocked down over and over again, whether it's a position that you thought you deserved and wanted and you were hungry for, or it's a job that you thought you matched 100% and you just didn't get. The resiliency to be able to say, I'm going to pick myself up, dust off, but I'm going to also find a different approach. And that's where I have learned over the years that to grow my patience a little bit to ensure, hey, you've got to build a team approach. Going it alone, doing this solo thing, it doesn't work as well, right? If you want to run fast, run alone. But if you want to run far and do lots of things, you got to find a group. You have to find your tribe. And so by doing that, I have been incredibly fortunate to have the team players that can kind of pull on my reins and say, slow down a bit here, let's focus the vector, and to help me out in different areas. That's where I've found success, by surrounding myself with people that not only think differently than me, but also can add to the mission in a different way. And those lessons have served me very well. So at the end of the day, never stop knocking on that door to make change happen.